way, it's John Shapiro, here we go. Knows the road rules better than most folks know. Ask your questions, bring the heat or keep it chill. He's got the answers and a license to spill. Ask a traffic cop, Sean's your guy. Breaking it down, no lie, no tie. Knows the stuff and things to keep you clear. Ask away, he's the voice you wanna hear. Badge, now a podcast star, navigating traffic laws near and far. Stop sign confusions or a signal light feud. Sean's the one to give you the right attitude. Yeah, ask a traffic cop, Sean's your guy. Breaking it down, no lie, no tie. Knows the stuff and things to keep you clear. Ask away, he's the voice you wanna hear. From this man. Ask a traffic cop, Sean's your guy. Breaking it down, no lie, no tie.
Hey, I see you there. What's going on? How it goes? I hope you are ready for some fun because you're in the After Dark show. This is where we talk about stuff at night. My name is Sean Shapiro. I'm a former police officer who talks about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff. And I am here to answer questions, chill out, talk about whatever is on your mind, whether it be traffic law, traffic safety, or police stuff, or your favorite donut. We can talk about those things. I'm open to it. Stephen Bell says, "Hi, good evening, Sean." Let me add you to the board, Stephen Bell, because I'm trying something else. I'm trying something. We're going to see if it works. But I'm going to get Suno to make us a song. Why not? Why shouldn't we have a song featuring you? So yeah. If I see your name, if it catch my eye, if you ask a question, I'll throw you up on the board. We'll make a song. We'll have it play a little bit. We'll see what goes on. Oh, it says my name. Why does it say my name in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen? I don't know. Does it matter? Not really. I hope you are prepared for a magical time. That's what we are in right now. It's Christmas time. You saw my intro. I'm down with it. I was wearing a hat and a picture. Okay, it was a completely user computer generated, but I love it anyway. It's time to celebrate. It's that time of year that brings out the best in people. You shouldn't have to have a season to make it so, but it seems to be every year we have to get reminders to be good to one another. And I'll take it where I can get it. If people are good to each other for a period of time, I'm all over it. Carl, did we add you to the song? I see Carl. Okay, let's add Carl. I'm really interested to see what this is going to turn into. But if you got questions, drop them in the comments. Ooh, hold on. I almost forgot to turn on my iPad. My iPad of why is my iPad not? Did my iPad break? Maybe it's toast. Really? Oh no, it's starting up. I have an old iPad I use just for moderating. And man, is this? Hey, I see PC Hop or P Chop. PC Hop or P Chop. I don't know. It's warm in the basement here. It is too warm. I like it to be cooler. Ugh, that's not good. Wrong keyboard. P Chop. I'm gonna add you to the song. Okay. Yeah, we're not really. This is pretty chill. It's just a chill night. So no particular speed in which we are to roll. I do want to take an opportunity to thank our sponsor or sponsors, really. We've got the magical folks at Diamond and Diamond Lawyers. They're Canada's largest personal injury law firm, like the biggest. So if you were to get hurt, slip and fall, get into a collision, they're who you want to call and tell them I sent you. They'll still talk to you even if you know me. there's no other benefit, but I really want to tell you that they're awesome people and they take care of people. Of course, Barrett Tax Law. If you got tax problems, they're the people to talk to. If you are looking to get a will done, ifinallywill.com gives you 50% if you use code AATC. That's AskATrafficCOP. Yeah, I got you half price because I want to help you out. You need a will, and even if you didn't know it, and by the time most people know it, it's too late. Get a will when you can. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. I wonder if we are broadcasting on all platforms. Oh, we are. I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff pop up on TikTok. Crystal, what's going on? Okay. Pork. I got P-Chop is Portuguese. That's where he's going with the name. I should. I thought I may have gone there. Matthew Hamilton, put you in the song. Different vibe tonight. This is the last scheduled show of the year. I'm probably going to do a couple more, but it'll be whenever I get a chance. There's so much going on, and I'm sure it's the same for you. Getting ready for the holidays, getting ready for lots of family everywhere. Yeah. Matthew Hamilton wants to know about what happens if I get pulled over with expired temporary sticker in Canada on my pickup truck. Well, you don't have a license plate. You're not valid for the road with an expired sticker. Now, your temporary sticker means you also don't have a certification for safety, which is actually a much bigger problem because you're not going to be able to drive. They're probably going to make you get towed. Because if you don't have a current valid safety certificate for that vehicle, you're driving without a license plate. You're also not going to be covered under any insurance. Like, it's a real problem. So I'd get that fixed up right away. Now, you have a temporary, did you say Canada because you're curious if you're visiting Canada or you're in a province? What province are you in? Because it could be different in every place. But generally speaking, it's going to be $110 fine to start and whatever towing and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, who is Hashem says, what if I give birth during a spot? No, not spot. Stop. I did a little mix up with the letters there. Are you planning to? Police have given birth, not given birth. They've helped deliver babies many, many a time. And Stephen Bell doesn't have any questions, but that's okay. Stephen Bell, you bring your questions whenever you got them. We got time for you. Let's see here. We got scrolling down. Rebecca joins. What's going on, Rebecca? President of Toast. That's got to go in the song. First, we'll put in Rebecca. The President of Toast. I love that username. Sunshine Tash. We'll add that to the song. I wonder how long we can make this. Okay. Steven wants to know, if you tried pulling over a dirt bike and they ran away, would you keep following them? Probably. Yeah, I'd strategically follow. I'd call my friends to try and head them off at the pass. Depending on what they were doing, maybe we'd call for a helicopter if one was available, depending on the jurisdiction I was in and the resources available. The goal is to catch them and make sure they don't do it again by giving them as many tickets as humanly possible. Yeah. Charging them, arresting them if need be. Yeah, I'd be all over that. Crystal Rue. Add you in here. If you're wondering why am I, what is he doing? I am adding names that are in the song, that are going to be in the song. I'm not writing the song. AI is going to write the song. Melody. Paul. Limitless Mercedes. This is going to be interesting. I wonder how it'll interpret these things. And what do we got here? William Craig. Okay. I'll make the song available for download. Tara Nicole. Javed. Let's see here. Cool. What's going on and what's your holiday plan? If you're going out to celebrate, are you driving? Are you drinking? Are you the designated driver? What is your plan? I'm very curious. And for real, like we have so many options available to us. Are you going to make good decisions? Do you have a plan? And of course, you need to have a plan before you go out, because people who are drunk make really crappy decisions. I know this to be true. I've arrested many people who had, plans that went sideways. They had a couple. They thought they could handle it. They didn't, and they ended up with a criminal record. CK says, how to report someone driving while on their phone? You could call in using your phone, because actually, if it was an emergency, if they were a risk to public safety, if they were doing things, if it wasn't just that they picked up their phone and you were pissed off at them, but they were actually all over the road causing a risk to others, an immediate risk, call police. It's an emergency call if you think that someone's in immediate harm because of the actions of that person. Absolutely. So, yeah, you call it in. Now, if it's just that somebody's doing it, you want to deal with them, you can make an online report for most police services. Limitless Mercedes says, last week I asked a question about having 2 licenses. I got my G1 when I shouldn't have been able to. I am now valid. We had to merge the 2 together, so I didn't have 2 license numbers. Okay. So it was a clerical error. You got it when you shouldn't have been able to. So you were suspended and they let you get your G1. This is a very interesting story. Yeah, I remember talking to you about that, or discussing it. It's hard to say talking to you about it because I'm doing all the talking here. Oh, Carl wants to know if I still talk to Q. She worked with you then in the early days. I haven't spoken to Q in a long time. She helped out. She was a volunteer. She never actually worked for the Toronto Police. She was someone who helped out. She was a streamer and gave me some tips when I was starting out. And it was very nice to have the help. She became part of the cadre of folks who helped moderate, and I appreciated her input. And then we parted ways. And so I've not seen her in many moons. Okay. Let's see here. Danny Biondi. Daniel. We're adding you to the song. And I actually, no, I won't mess it around with lots of music in the background. Unless we should play some music, then I'll throw the music on. I was messing around with creating some songs before, but I thought, you know what, better than to use a song that's all about you, literally using your names. It could be absolutely horrible. We'll see what happens. Just anyone tuning in, my name is Sean Shapiro, former police officer, talks about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff. And if you want to know stuff before you do stuff so you don't get charged and end up in jail for stuff, or even just getting crappy tickets, this is when you should ask your questions, when I'm here talking about stuff and things. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what you want to talk about. Like, I was just watching Moon Knight. I don't know if you're familiar with Moon Knight on Disney Plus. And fantastic series. Fantastic. I watched it. Now my kids are watching it with me. And I was really hoping for a season 2, and it doesn't look like it's happening. I thought I had heard. Yeah. Hyatt, ask your question, man. That's what we're here for. And we'll add you to the song. Hyatt. Okay. Not hey at. I hate this autocorrect stuff. I don't want to use autocorrect. That is the correct spelling. So yeah, ask away. Hyatt says, but you're not answering. Oh, I don't see you. Oh, here. I am G2. Can I drive on the 401 and come to Toronto from Hamilton? Yes, Hyatt. You can absolutely drive on any highway with your G2. G1 had restrictions on your highway driving. G2 does not have restrictions on your license, other than how many people under the age of 20, under the age of 19. Can't remember. But there's I think it's under the age of 20. So how many people you can have under the age of 20 when you are in the first 1 year of driving. Now, there's no limit to immediate family, but that's the only kind of limitation, and zero alcohol. No alcohol. What do we got here? Okay. Can I tow a vehicle home? That's Loco Chile. That should be in the song. Loco Chile. I think I have to separate that for Loco Chile. Tow it how? Like with a tow truck? What's the vehicle? What are the conditions? How are you buying this vehicle? Did it break down? Were you charged for something? I need to know more in order to answer your question. Now, I'm a former police officer, and I want to make that clear. It's on the screen. It says former police officer, but some people say, "But you're not a police officer anymore." No, I left over a year ago, but I still know stuff and things, and I want to share that knowledge with you. I started a not-for-profit organization called the Canadian Organization for Better Traffic Safety and Education, and with that group, we are trying to share traffic knowledge across Canada. Our goal is to help everybody. But we're starting here one person at a time. So if you've got questions, drop it in the comments. A bunch of people just jumped in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Sean Shapiro, former police officer, answering questions about stuff and things and traffic law and police stuff. But whatever you want to talk about, you drop it in there. Let's talk. My town's limit is 50. Sorry, my town's limit is 50. Is residential zones not 40? If your town's limit is 50, it's 50. It's whatever. So an unsigned area is 50 if it's a normal municipal road. If it's a highway outside it, like one that's a higher speed highway, not a residential area, not an urbanized area, it's going to be 80, right? That's going to be your normal highway speed if there's no signs. But if you have signs, the sign is the sign. You can't say, well, there's houses here, we're going to go less than the posted speed limit. So are there no signs limit this? Who needs to know? Oh, Golden Canuck is a pervert. But ASKI, I gotta respect the ASKI pornography that you're posting. Any moderators in here, please turf Golden Canuck. As much as I appreciate their ASCII text artwork, not cool. This is a family show, or it's a whoever is here show. But we gotta be ready for anybody. And you can be 13 on this app and be here. So we'd like you to be nice. Stephen wants to know if I watched The Rookie. Stephen, did I add you in here already? And Steve Bell. We'll add Stephen as an alternative. And that's PH, right? PH. Not that it makes a difference, does it? For songs. But I have watched The Rookie. Love The Rookie. Waiting for the new season to come out because this was a series that really resonated with me. I was an old guy who became a police officer. And that's what the story is all about. So if you haven't seen The Rookie, you should see it. But a guy, I think he's 40 when he goes through. Maybe. Was he 40? I think he was 40. Scrolling out here. Insure with Deshant. How's it going? Let's add you to the song. Really want to press go on this song. Let's see here. Let's see I wonder how it'll pronounce your name. Okay. Crystal Rue says you skipped my question. Not intentionally, Crystal. Oh. Crystal Rue says, if I have proof of people doing rolling stops at an intersection, can I show the cops? You can show the cops anything you like. What will they be able to lay charges? Probably not. You need to be able to establish date, time, location, identity of the driver and the vehicle. And chances are your video won't do all of those things. So, you can make a complaint about the issue in the neighborhood. They might decide to send someone in for enforcement purposes, like to sit out and stake it out. But can you guarantee that the people you videotaped get tickets? No. They might get letters from the police service saying, hey, at this date and time, you were observed being a dink. That's dual income, no kids. Okay, maybe not a dink. But still being something else that starts with a D. And I have a video of a guy, and I know the driver. He came to my kid's birthday party because his kid's in my class. I watched him run a stop sign, make a U-turn in the middle of the intersection. And today when we're picking up my kids, I saw him run a stop sign again. He's a D. Yeah. And I'm going to have words with him, very friendly words. And then I'm going to put his video on the internet, because I'm going to be a D about it. Gonna make him famous. Stephen Bell says, nobody I know drives impaired. That's good. I appreciate that. Junior Quadros. What's going on, Junior? We'll put Junior in the song. Okay. AK and Kate. Kate goes in the song. Okay. Joel Weldon. Joel Weldon. What's going on, Joel? I don't like this autocorrect. Weldon. Okay. Yeah, there we go. El Capitano. Sí, mi amigo. Let's see here. Either I bought a vehicle or broke down. So, but how are you going to tow it? Like with straps? Like there's requirements for towing things safely in different situations. Trailer Park Guy says, hi, Sean. Could you touch on the topic of what a care and control is? So care and control means you are someone who's responsible for a vehicle. So if you're the driver or you're not the driver, you're just hanging out, but you're in control of the vehicle, you have the keys, you're in care and control of that vehicle. And that's where people have been charged for impaired operation, even though they're not driving. They're in care and control. It's a little stickier and it's different because you could say, well, I'm not driving, even though I'm loaded behind the steering wheel. And then the argument is, well, you might have the clearness. You may be in clear mind at the moment. Oh, you can be foggy as crap. You're drunk. And you go, I know I'm drunk because I'm drunk. And I'm not going to drive because I'm drunk. And then you sleep it off for an hour. And you go, man, I feel good. I'm so much better than when I was drunk. But you're still drunk. You just don't think you're drunk anymore. And you're the worst judge of character, your own character. Like if you were sober looking at yourself at that moment, you'd probably say, you're drunk. But because you are not, you're on the inside looking out, you think you're fine. I arrested a guy for impaired operation the day after he'd been drinking. He was still drunk. And it's about having the certain amount of alcohol in your bloodstream at the time that you are operating the vehicle or in control of it. Outside Golim says, what if I'm just a little bit drunk and I'm watching TikTok in your car? Yeah, you could still be in trouble. I would avoid alcohol and being in control of motor vehicles. Hyatt wants to know if I'm in Toronto. Yes, indeed. Toronto is a thing. With a tow rope. That's what Loco Chile wants to know. Generally speaking, tow ropes are not for long distance. They're for getting people out of that ditch, not for towing people long distance. And Melody, you should just gong the Canuck. I want to add the Canuck, though. Golden Canuck gets into the song, even though he's a profane Canuck. I shouldn't reward the behavior, but brought his ASCII inappropriateness. Okay. Oh, he's gone. Melody booted him. Steven says, 40-year-old ex-contractor. Do it, man. If you want to get in, if you want to become a police officer. Oh, no, that was the 40-year-old ex-contractor was what he was in the job. Okay, in the movie The Rookie, or the TV show The Rookie. P-Chop says, why do the courts and heard lots about borderline over 80 getting reduced to careless? Why do the courts? So we're seeing it a lot. So if someone gets arrested, it's about the impaired operation thing. In the event that someone's arrested and their numbers are really low, they're right on the wire, chances are they're going to plead to something or try and spend and waste a lot of time in the court to get a toxicologist and make the argument that, well, they're not really that bad. And, if we went and argued it, we'd probably, and they say, okay, to save time, we're going to give you a careless driving charge. Get out of here. I think it's gross, but they do it. I'm not in agreement of it. And some places aren't even charging criminally. Like if you go to Alberta, I believe they're just straight out charging them for careless. I think it's gross. It's a criminal offense. It should be handled appropriately. But it's also like the biggest business in defense. Like there are more lawyers who focus on getting people off these. It's like $35,000 on average to defend an impaired operation charge. $35,000. I should just become a lawyer to do that. But I don't want to get anybody off that charge. Okay. Junior Cuadro says, hello. Is it legal? I want to use, anytime I hear anything that sounds Spanish, I want to speak Spanish. I'm not a Spanish speaker, but I got level 24 on Duolingo, so I feel like something. Let's see here. Robert Hera, hey, Sean. I'm reading it. I I want to say, hey, Robert, what's going on, brother, man? He says, hey, Sean, I forgot to change the time on my dash camera due to the time change. Can footage be used if it captures a traffic collision? Absolutely. You just need to be able to articulate that the time is incorrect. And I would, you could, it's reasonable. That is reasonable. Like, what are they going to say? No, this collision that clearly involves the involved parties and yourself and smash the car. Like, you didn't get the two collisions like an hour apart. You can articulate why that is. It's totally understandable. Love Amanda Panda. How's it going, Amanda Panda? We'll add Amanda Panda to the song along with Robert. Amanda Panda. We're making the song Amanda Panda. Not an Amanda Panda song, but let's see here. And Robert. Hera joined. Did I space out typing names? Yes, I am making the songs. If you listen to the intro of the song, if you haven't heard the song, you can go listen to it on every intro. I have a song. Now it's the same song for a long time, but I used to make a different song like almost every day because I love me some Suno. Evandro Toronto. Evandro says, you're a Brazilian fan watching again. Good to see you, brother. Evandro, my good friend, started off as a viewer. He was one of you. He wanted to learn about stuff and things, and he was inspired to do more. He became an auxiliary police officer and then a police officer. He now proudly wears a badge, and I'm so thankful for my involvement, if even if it was tiny, in helping him along his process. Very, very proud day when he got his badge. For me, it was a proud day for him too, I'm sure. But it was a very proud day for me. JC, what's going on, brother? Everyone's adding Toronto onto their names now. JC, my brother from another mother. Good to see you, buddy. Now I really want to. He's spending time in other parts of the world. Are you back in Toronto? I guess it says Toronto. You must be in Toronto. Okay. Dylan Ricci wants to know if I can send him a police patch. I don't really have patches to send. I should make a patch. I have stickers. If you send me a DM, I'll send you some stickers. I have some ASKaTrafficCOP stickers. What is this? Is it illegal to cut through a car park to avoid a red light? Listen, if you're doing it unsafely, that could be an issue of careless driving. If you are doing it by way of, hey, I pulled into the gas station and I changed my mind because gas is too expensive and decided to pull back out. As long as you're doing it safely, you stop before crossing the sidewalk. There's nothing really to do about it. Now, I remember a gas station at Steeles and Dufferin, I think, and they put a sign saying no trespassing. But it's one of those things where it's very hard to enforce. It's a gas station. I totally wanted to see how much gas was. I didn't see the big letters. I wanted to see it close. It's not something that would stand up real well. Got to be careful, though. Andre says, I'm a big fan of your videos. Well, thank you, Andre. I appreciate it. Let's add you to the song. Andre Severin. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm going to just go, is it Saborin? Saborn? I don't know. Correct me. Tell me how it is. Delano. We're going to get you in the song, too. How much point driving HOV lane? How many points for that particular offense, driving in the HOV? Inappropriate use is 2 or 3 points. Let's do a look me up and see if we can find you the most appropriate and accurate answer possible based on information available to us. Okay. HOV, high occupancy vehicle in high occupants. 110, improper use, 3 demerit points. 85 plus the victim fine surcharge makes a total payable of $110. No person shall drive a motor vehicle on a high occupancy vehicle lane or enter or exit the high occupancy vehicle lane except in accordance with the section of the regulations made under it. I love the wording. Section 154.1 sub 3 of the Highway Traffic Act. Blah. Written poorly. We got Thin White Line Interceptor. We got Ryan. What's going on, brother, man? Greetings, Sean. I hope all is well. I know police are swamped with more serious crimes and traffic stops fall to the bottom of the list, but something needs to be done. Driving is becoming worse daily. More people need to watch the show and ask questions and engage and talk. That's how we're going to get better. It's through education. That's my goal is here. My name is Sean Shapiro. I'm a former police officer who talks about traffic, safety, and education. What is this? Gifting suspended and live visibility restricted. Somebody did something. For 10 minutes, artificial manipulated engagement. What? What like garbage. I'm not sure. Let's take a screen grab because I like to send these to TikTok because it's junk. We'll hit appeal. Yeah, we're appealing it. I have no idea. This is AI crap. Let's see here. Brando. Hey, we'll get you in just 1 second. I always try and it's Stephen Bell says I always try to come in your live and give people answers to their questions and can help them. Oh, sorry. You giving people answers to the questions, it can help them because you helped me be a better and safer driver. Brother, thank you so much, Stephen. Stephen's in London, Ontario. He's been a long time viewer of the show, and I appreciate you, man. I get emails all the time, both asking questions and just sending thanks. And I run into people all the time in real life, IRL, who come up and say, listen, you've made a difference. And that means so much to me because when I got into my crash, and for those who don't know my backstory, is I was a motor cop. I was an officer with the motor squad with the Toronto Police, and I got hit by a car when I was on a motorcycle. And that not only injured me, but that meant a change of the way I served the community. And I loved being a cop on the road. I really did. But I wasn't able to go back on the road because of those injuries. And I still suffer with the results of those injuries, long-term stuff. Working on it, doing much better than ever before. And I hope to surpass where I was and be better than that. But at the moment, it's suboptimal. But I found a new way to give back, and this is it. And even though I'm no longer a police officer, I still contribute because I get a lot out of this. Oddly enough, I enjoy helping others. Used to do it in a uniform. Now I do it wearing this spiffy jacket that says VoiceOver Cop, made by my friends at FM Embroidery. Yeah, a little shameless plug. And Ryan, by the way, to everyone watching, are you celebrating? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you celebrating Hanukkah? Are you lighting some candles? I am all over the holiday season, my favorite time of year. Doesn't matter what's going on. This is the best. Evandro is helping to organize another recruiting event. It's going to be January 17th at the University of Toronto. Evandro, send me an invite. If I can make it, I'll be around on the 17th of January. I'd love to come and join you. See if we can make that happen. Brando says, Mr. Shapiro, how you doing, man? Hope you're staying warm over there. Just had a massive blizzard in Alberta. Alberta had a blizzard? Right now, everything's melting. Like I have the snowblower. I think that's how I hurt my back. I was messing around with the snowblower, just trying to, that pull start, that twisting motion of that. Not good. I'm just going to use the electric start next time. Anyway, yeah, everything's melting. I don't even think I have to move the snow. It'll just go on its own. And now most people are getting ready to do their holiday thing. I hope there's snow on the ground for Christmas because a white Christmas is always fun. It's because they make songs. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I'm not going to sing because I suck at it. Let's see here. Most on-duty officers seem irritated, I assume, because they deal with idiots all day. That's from the Iceman 816. Iceman makes it into the video, into the song, that is. You know what? Everybody's entitled to their good and bad days. Not all cops are irritated, although I've had both good and bad days. Usually what you see is what you get. This is the kind of persona I had when I was on the road too, without a microphone, because it would have been weird. But yeah, like there were days where I had less bandwidth for bullshit, right? And some days, like you can listen to people talk about their cats all day and it doesn't faze you at all. So the thing. But there seems to be an abundance of baloney on the road at the moment. And I don't blame the coppers for dealing with that. It's just what it is. Like there's people who are pushing the limits and irritating everybody. Brando says, I got to run. I'll listen to the podcast tomorrow morning. Have a great night all. Brando, if you watch it by way of YouTube, you'll get this episode. I'm a couple of days behind on scheduling the actual podcast that you can take and go. So what I do is I download these and then I put them up on Spotify and then they get redistributed to the other platforms. So you can listen on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, but they're not the next day like I used to. I used to be really good at getting up the next day. Okay. I'm trying to, I don't know acronyms. I'm not sure what user with no name is saying. Okay, what would you here. What would your advice be if you needed to sleep in your vehicle drunk? Don't drink it. Don't sleep in your vehicle drunk. If there's keys anywhere near you, the argument would be that you have care and control. And you could it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Take a cab, come back for your car. So many, and first of all, if it's really cold out, it's going to be cold in your car. Don't do it. Take a taxi, take a bus, take a Uber, rideshare. There's companies you can call that will come, and not only will they drive you home in their car, they'll bring a driver to drive you home and follow with your own car, so you'll have it available to you when you're sober up. But don't get back into your car until you're actually sober, because like I've said before, I've arrested people the next day who have driven the following day still drunk, not thinking it. They slept for 10 hours. They thought they were fine. They weren't. And if you're asking how come I was, checking people for alcohol at 9 or 10 in the morning, well, because he rear-ended somebody because he was drunk. Yeah, I talk about that particular one all the time. I remember all the details. He had a dog with him. Yes. So funny aside, I drive around and say to my kids and my whoever is in the car, hey, I charged someone there. I arrested someone there. Ooh, there was a really bad collision here. It's amazing how all of the memories of my career stand out, and I can't help but talk about them. That's why this is so good. I get to talk about. I have all these little nitwits, things to talk about. What else we got? Oh, we got to put Ryan in here. Ryan, the thin white line. Interceptor. Okay. Adding names to a song. Irish lad, just because I saw you. No. Irish lad. Okay. I think I have to put a space there. Not lads. Lad, singular. Irish lad. Okay. We talked about this. Where can I get in support? Or where can I get support the police decals? That's Vinny who wants to know. Well, Vinny will put you in the song. That's a really good question. I don't know where the where support the police stickers would be from, because we don't have police support stickers per se. There's a long time ago there was a thing, but it's not a thing anymore. By the way, I don't know that thing that TikTok did. That the appeal was approved according to a message that popped up on my screen. But if you could be so kind, if you are on TikTok, please tap the screen, bring some people back. We had over 100 people in the room. Then they flagged us because someone made an allegation, I'm assuming. Maybe because we blocked the guy making dick pics with ASCII characters. If you weren't seeing what I was seeing, that's what you were missing. And maybe they made a report saying they were unfairly kicked out of the room for their ASCII artwork. And they were messing with our following. So it's a thing. Is it illegal to go past a yellow speeding? A yellow what? Do you mean speed through a yellow light? Of course. First of all, speeding is illegal no matter what color the light is. Now, if you go through a yellow light whilst speeding, you're both failing to stop for an amber signal, because amber or yellow light means stop, and you're speeding. So you have two offenses you could be looking at. And it's totally illegal. Illegal. Vinny wants to know if radar detectors are illegal in Toronto. Radar detectors are illegal in the province of Ontario. Now, to be honest, there's not a lot of radar guns being utilized. Moving radar installed in traffic vehicles is radar. But anyone who's doing static enforcement is using a laser device, and those radar detectors wouldn't help you there either. But they are illegal. 3 demerit points, $170, if I'm not mistaken, and the authority to search and seize the device from your vehicle, just on the suspicion that you have it. So it's not a good thing. Asquith, Alan, I got to put your name in here, because Asquith Alan, I'm putting your whole name in the song. Let's see here. I'm not trying to cut. Yeah, there we cut and paste. Weird question. If I'm streaming on TikTok live but not touching my phone, is it still distracted driving? If the screen is visible to you, so if you looked at the camera, you were looking at yourself, that would be illegal. If you used the rear camera and the screen was facing away from you, you couldn't see the screen, it would not be illegal. There you go. So it all depends, but it is best. Well, I really have no issue with anybody. Like I filmed an interview with a guy, a good friend of mine, Steve, who got promoted to sergeant, and he was just a big voice and ally in the office, in the motor squad, and a great guy. And I filmed some stuff, and his boss, our boss, said, "No, we don't want anyone to see you filming a driver who looked at the camera, because it's a bad example." That was the opinion of the boss, the big boss, the superintendent. And I can appreciate, because he straight up, like, top-notch traffic guy. Rules of the road, 100%. No question about it. But this wasn't that. Like if we had a little spy cam and no one knew it was filming, what would be wrong? It was the interpretation that someone could think that we were doing something inappropriate. And I appreciate that. Now, there's nothing illegal about it. Yeah. But my God, I get accused of using my phone to record things when I share dash camera footage because I edit the footage and I zoom in and I show movement and panning. And they go, "You're using your phone illegally. You're a bad example." I'm not. It's my freaking dash cam. So that's another thing. By the way, you need a dash cam. Everyone needs a dash cam. I'm gonna add something so that if you follow me and you put dash cam in the text, I'm gonna get that auto reply crap to reply and give people recommendations because everyone asks me. I haven't set it up yet, but there are links. If you go to AskATrafficCOP.ca, I've got links to stuff in the our affiliate links inside of our Amazon store. We do that. Spaghetti whirler. If I went 160, would I be put in cuffs? Probably not. Probably just going to get charged, lose your license, lose your car. No cuffs. It could be. It's an arrestable offense. Like that stunt driving is arrestable. Or if need be, it could be dangerous driving criminally. But I'm putting spaghetti whirler. I've never put those two words together. Spaghetti whirler. Asked about stunt driving. We're putting in the song, brother. Asked about stunt driving 160 in handcuffs. You might be the most interesting part of the song. I don't know. We'll find out. P-Chop says, my buddy used to use HOV lane with a half mannequin. With half a mannequin? I knew somebody used a whole mannequin on a motorcycle because back before 2007, you could not ride a motorcycle solo. You had to have a passenger. I'm pretty sure that's why he had the mannequin. He got into trouble. He got pulled over because the mannequin wasn't wearing a helmet, and the coppers thought it was a legit girl, blowing blonde hair and all that. Yeah, but there's people who drive with mannequins in their cars trying to get away with that. That is like just buy an electric vehicle, like buy a plug-in hybrid, a hydrogen-powered vehicle, something that qualifies. That would be the way to go. What is this? Crystal Rue says, I want to hear this song, but I got to go. Can you share or save it? Yes, I will absolutely put it. Where will I put it? I'll put it, go to VoiceOver Cop. Follow me on X, and I'll post it on X, Crystal. I'm sorry I haven't. Okay, 1 second. Captain Antarctica sent a gift, and I have to put you in the song because who wouldn't put Captain Antarctica? I want to make sure I got the spelling right. Where here Antarctica. Antarctica. Okay. Boom boom. The Iceman says, I have enough with my employees in not a city. Why would I get I have enough with my employees in not a city. I get why officers are fed up with bullshit. That's too funny. Songs on. Okay, I guess we're gonna. Passing that double yellow line, double solid yellow line. Sorry. Is it illegal? Is it legal? It's not against the law to cross the line. It's against the law to do something dangerous, which is usually what's happening when you do cross the line. So you're eligible for tickets for that part, for doing the unsafe thing. Are clear plate covers illegal? I got excited because his name is Gage Buffett, and I see a Buffett reference, a Jimmy Buffett. Not Jimmy. Isn't it Jimmy Buffett? Jimmy Buffett. Not Jimmy Buffett. I'm clarifying. So yeah, clear plate covers are still illegal. You can't have them. They had glare. They are sometimes polarized to avoid detection from cameras or legibility from cameras. They have they squirrel. They get dirty. They reduce the ability for cameras and police to read them. So it's a problem. Jimmy, I did say Jimmy. Okay. Anti-social media. Let's put you in there. Anti-social media. We're going to run the song in a second. Anti-social media. Said hi. What traffic law would you charge if you could? Or would you change if you could? Oh, I got to think on that for a second. Mark Raphael. It's an interesting spelling. Not Raphael, it's Raphael. I've never seen that spelling before. What's going on, Mark? Bro, why did you quit being a cop? You just sit and collect money. That's what Mark wants to know. A lot of personal reasons, family reasons, but ultimately, I'm doing what I did when I was a cop. I'm just not getting paid by the city anymore. And kind of one of the things I love is I can say bullshit now. I can say what I want. I can have an opinion and not worry about what anyone else has to say about it. I can say wear reflective clothing because reflective clothing reduces your chances of getting hit because it makes you more visible. Whereas police say that, and then the Toronto Star goes, they're telling people they're bulletproof if they wear reflective material. It's so much politics. I love that I can say what I want now, and that I don't have to drive an hour downtown and 2 hours home because traffic sucks. So there's a lot of benefits to it. But I miss the job. I miss the people. There's a lot of there's just a lot of stuff that goes into these decisions, and I stick with the decision being the right one, but it was a tough one. Okay. I have to put that in there in the song. Happy Christmas and Merry New Year. Very good, very good. I don't know what law I'd change though. Okay, let's see here. Oh, ZH8CXS says, hi, there's always a debate whether it's okay to turn on hazard lights during a whiteout. I put up a video, obviously it went bananas on Instagram, like over 600,000 views right now between Facebook and Instagram. And people got really mad at me. Do I have the video? Can I cue the video? I don't have the video queued, but man, go check it out on the profile. All I said was, I know it's snowing. You don't have to turn your lights on. Hazard lights are for when you're a hazard. People went, you bastard, you jerk, you don't know, you're an idiot. I'm like, I didn't say you can't use your hazards. I said you use your hazards when you are the hazard, because that's when you use them. So if you are traveling at 100 and the speed, because of the whiteout visibility, you have to slow down to 20, you become the hazard. Turn on your hazard lights. Once you're part of a pack and everyone's doing 20, you are no longer the hazard. You have a group. You are part of a community of hazards. The hazard lights are now ridiculous. Turn them the hell off. So it all depends. But it's amazing how polarized and offended people got. I kind of love it. Not gonna lie, I loved it. People lost their freaking collective minds. How dare you say that hazards are hazardous? They're blinding, man. You know what I have a real issue with, though? I was caught in a whiteout once or twice or many times. Once was on the way to police college, like in London and Elmer, Ontario. I was doing the media course. And as I'm going there, could see nothing. But I saw the hazards off in the distance. And I'm like, there's somebody in a ditch. And I drove for 20 minutes and they're still in the same place. I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell's going on? And I drive for 20 minutes and the hazard lights are not getting any closer. You know why? Because that dum-dum was driving with his hazard lights on. I would it gave me a place to look, but it was confusing as all get out. Like I was hyper focused on this guy who I could never get to. It was like a Twilight Zone. I just kept on driving, but he was driving too. Now, if you didn't have the hazards on, there'd be a red light off in the distance. And I'd say, oh, that's where I'm going. That's the right direction. I get it. It's another vehicle on the road moving. And as I got closer at the speed that's appropriate, I would have eventually noticed them. Now, people say, well, it's to prevent the person from riding up really quick on you. Well, if you can't see, no one should be driving quickly. So anyway, that's my whole take on things. I put an article on my LinkedIn profile. If you go to VoiceOver Cop on LinkedIn, you will find me and an article that I posted all about this. I had originally had an article on X, but they wanted like $500 to continue the ability to post on X articles. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need to pay for that. Oh, mine are completely clear and I clean them all the time. This is Gage Buffett who says, oh, we're talking about license plate covers. Still not legal. Can't put them on. Doesn't matter whether you're clean or dirty. Dirty is an individual charge, but any obstruction on there is against the law. Can't do it. Can't do it. And I appreciate that you want to protect the plate and all that, and just can't do it. Hello, Sean. Only 8 days till Christmas, and we're in the third day of Hanukkah. That's Santa Claus coming in. I thought today was the fourth day of Hanukkah. Isn't it the fourth day of Hanukkah? Pretty sure it's the fourth day of Hanukkah, Santa. But that's okay. We're good. We're good. You and I, we got history. Glad to have you in here, Santa Claus on TikTok, always bringing in the Christmas cheer, and that's good. It's for all to hear. Who's watched the Elf this year? It is a tradition in my home to watch Elf. Yeah. Oh, I'm going off script here. There's no script. You can use an AI app to create your own stickers and have them printed at various sticker printing companies. I have stickers, but I designed them myself because I have the ability to do that, and I have stickers from friends too. Like the people send me stickers. This is Marathon Watch Company stickers, glow in the dark stickers, lots of stickers. I like stickers. They're all over my laptop. Yeah. Breathheart says, "Oh, by the way, about the red light, your friend Larry. What is this? Breathheart, is the car, if your car is traveling and you just stop past the white line, does the red light camera go off? Yes. If you enter on the red light, if you enter the intersection, that could mean just crossing over. It could go off. Now, the thing is, if you're at the white line, you probably aren't going to have. I don't know. Somewhere on my desk, I have a camera ticket because somebody I know, not me for real, someone I know and might be related to got one, and I got it because I got to process it because he's older and doesn't know how to do internet stuff. But yeah, it takes a sequence of pictures, and I believe the first one will catch it even when you're at the line. But the idea is that as you enter the line, you violate it. So if you've crossed the line, it may very well have. Now it depends on how fast you were going. If you were going 30, 40 kilometers an hour and you do it, you wouldn't have stopped right there. Like you have to be going through the intersection at a certain speed, approaching it and going through. But you've entered it technically, you violated. Whether or not you're going to get the picture, who knows? Mark says the policing job is become easier and easier. Lots of cops sitting around the malls doing nothing. Mark, no, dude. It's really not an easy job. There are tasks that people rotate through that may appear easy, like going to the mall. But when there's an active shooter or a robbery, not easy anymore, right? A lot of downtime. Like I used to bounce at nightclubs. We had nothing to do and everything was good. And then when all hell broke loose, we were all bloodied and broken. It's like danger pay. Well, the cop is, what was it? Was it Roadhouse? You're not paid for what you do. You're paid for what you might have to do. You're not getting paid for what you do in an hour. Sometimes you appear to be picking your nose. You're not. And then there's the aside from the mall cop stuff, there's people sitting in parking lots typing reports after going and dealing with a family that's broken and a family who assaults one another, and one person had to be apprehended and put in the hospital because they were harmed to themselves and others. And there's so much more that is not clear by a passerby. It's just not. But it's not getting easier. It's getting way harder. The world is messed up. Marty knows. Marty, we're adding you to the song. I'm going to play this. I said I was going to do it. Dr. Jacques. I got to add you, Doctor. Dr. JACQUES. We're adding you. Tim, we're adding you. Okay. Do we have enough songs? You're all cool if I hit go. Let's just, okay, we have breath art. Wait, Santa Claus. Santa Claus even made it. But Santa Claus is in the song. Made an appearance to wish everyone happy holidays. And then let's see here, Marty. Is it illegal to sing louder when a police car pulls up beside you? To sing louder? Illegal to sing? I've never heard of a song about nah, I mean, no, singing's not covered under unnecessary noise. But what are you singing? Depends. I guess if there's an offensive song, I mean, if you're out of key, like if you really just suck as a singer, depends. It's very interesting. I've never been at this that song. Mark says if mods remove anything, I'm calling. Oh, really? Tuesday morning, I'm going to be in transit. But Santa, I even wherever I am in the world, I love to connect. Santa, DM me or send me an email at voiceovercop@gmail.com. Santa, we got to connect. I'd love to do a live or at least a collab with you. We've been talking about doing this for a while, Santa. It's really overdue. Anti-social media says VFF should be required to have red, green, and siren for response. Volunteer firefighters. Red, green as a combination would be interesting. And the siren would be nice, but right now it's green only, and it's a courtesy pass. There's no special magical powers, as you know. Just a fine for front windshield tints, or do you also get points? That's from Alicia Bianchi. Is that right? Did I say that right? Front windshield is actually way more involved than you might think. That is lose your license plate. That is unsafe motor vehicle. And you're going to get towed. And then you have to get a safety check done again, because you can't have anything on your front windshield, not even the tint strip across the top, unless your vehicle was manufactured in 2016 or older. Wanted to know about windshield tint. I'm having way too much fun with it. I'm dying to know what this is going to sound like, and I know you are too. Okay. Normando wants to talk about fictitious laws. He's all about Black's law book. Come on. Melody, he's not new. He's just a guy who's a freeman of the land. He wants to talk about Black's law. You know, I don't know, pirate ships were in the water, maybe when it was written. Jacqueline wants to know if cops will pull him over doing 103 kilometers in the left lane on the highway, just keeping up with the flow. Chances are, honestly, probably not. Because I on the 400 series highways, I see people doing 130 all the time. I'm doing 100s. They're passing me like light speed. And it depends on the cop. Like, I pulled people over for doing 125, 130 on the 90 zone of the DVP and charge them. But OPP has to pick and choose. There's so many people doing 150. Maybe they're going to wait for them. I wouldn't do 130. 130 is just a bad idea. Stay to the right. Let the dum-dums who go faster stay to the right. Don't be the dum-dum. Vaped Dex TV says, is it illegal to have a police scanner in your vehicle and or radar detector? Radar detector in the province of Ontario is illegal. Police scanner doesn't really exist anymore. Everything is encoded. It's all scrambled. That's the word I'm looking for. Encrypted. That's the word I'm looking for. Now, if you have encryption, you've probably broken some laws to get it. But chances are you don't have access to the information. Alfred, which is an amazing name to go on the song. Alfred wanted to know about G1. G1 drivers. Let's see here. So we need 4 years of experience, after which we can train G1 driver 4 years after G1. 4 years out. It's 4 years including G2. So you have to have a full G and have 4 years of experience. So if you had 2 years as a G2 and 2 years as a G, you'd be good. You have to have the 4 dots vertically oriented to the left of your mini-me photo in the bottom right-hand corner of your license. If you pull out your license, everyone watching, pull it out. If you go look at your license, in the bottom right-hand corner, you got your little miniature hologram version of yourself. To the left of that, you will see dots. If you qualify. If you don't see the dots, you don't qualify. Jordan. We don't have a Jordan in the song. Jordan, are you from Quebec? From Quebec. All in chains. Okay. I don't know about chains. They're allowed studs there. Aren't they allowed studs? I think everyone can have studs outside of Ontario. I just did a podcast about studs. So you can definitely need and legally require winter tires. Yes. ZH8CXS says or asks, does Canadian highways have a minimum speed? A lot of people always say don't go under maximum speed. There is no minimum. Just slower moving vehicles stay to the right. But there's no posted minimum. What is this? Bus Tripping Chris. Okay, Bus Tripping Chris. That's a freaking amazing name for a song. What does Bus Tripping Chris want to know? Just yield to the green light for volunteer firefighters. Yeah, get the hell out of the way. Steak. I hate how people think that there's no speed limit on the HOV lanes. 100%. HOV lanes are not a go fast lane. They are not a fast lane at all. In fact, if traffic isn't moving, you shouldn't be going near the speed limit in an HOV lane, because speed differential is what is dangerous. If you're doing 100 past someone doing 0 and then someone decides to pull it in front of you, guess what? That collision happens at 100 kilometers an hour. 100%. You are 100%. that they're not the fast lane. There are absolutely speed limits there, and you shouldn't even be going that fast when you're passing other vehicles. Facts over feelings. Love it. Had a nightmare of a time, bought a decommissioned OPP cruiser, and they left the damn radio. No way. The radio? Returning it was a nightmare, got questioned up and down, almost arrested, had to prove it was left. Come on. You're trying to return it, and wow. You should write honestly, you should write a short story. I'd love to see the video on that. Maybe we should have you on the show, and we can talk about it. I have a podcast episode on it. That's terrible. Facts over feelings. Feelings almost got arrested. Okay, what do we got here? I can't imagine. That sounds like an amazing story, at least for your kids one day. I think it's only Southern Ontario that can't have studs. Yeah, that's exactly it. Northern Ontario. In fact, if I go hit this button, I've got a list of the places you can have them. Northern Ontario regarding studded tires. Algoma, Cochrane, Kenora, Manitoulin, Nipissing, Parry Sound, Rainy River, Sudbury, Thunder Bay, and Temiskaming can have them, but nobody else. Now, you can have them if you're registered there, but you can't, and you can drive into Southern Ontario, but you can't have them on your vehicle if you're registered in Southern Ontario. What's the difference between being under 19 with a G or G2 and over 19? It's actually over 21. The difference with well, no, it's not. There's actually no difference with your age, I don't think. Still zero alcohol until you're 22. And you'd have to be a full G. But let's say you got your full G when you were 19, you still maintain a young driver status for the purposes of driving. You can't have any alcohol until you're 22, even with a G. Ryan wants to know if there's any difference, or if there's any offense for jaywalking. Oddly enough, there's no offense for jaywalking. There is an offense for not using a crosswalk within 50 meters of it, which is like jaywalking, but it's not jaywalking. There's no specific jaywalking charge. You can cross at the middle of an not the middle of the intersection, but middle of a road that has no intersection, because there's nowhere else to cross. They're not expecting you to walk 5 miles to the next intersection if there was 5 miles to the next intersection. Just saying. But there's no jaywalking. It's not a real charge here. It's that specific in relation to a proximity of a crosswalk. Do you think that Ontario should have minimum speed limits like Quebec? I'd love to see it posted, yes. Makes it much clearer for laying charges. I don't know. To be honest, says getting my G1 on Saturday. Let us know how you go. I want to know. It's not G1's not hard. It's was it 40 questions, 20 signs, 20 rules of the road. You're going to ace it as long as you do your tests. Good for you. Tracy, no, I didn't. Of course I didn't. But thank you for reminding me. Tomorrow I am going back there, so I have it in my laptop bag. I didn't leave the house today. No, I went to Tim Hortons, but I didn't go where I thought I was going to go today. But thank you very much for the reminder again. I'm going to be hitting the road tomorrow. I will absolutely send it to you. And it's going to be there before Christmas for sure. Promise. I have something for Tracy. Well, for somebody related to Tracy. Okay. But actually there's something for Tracy there too. Melody says, I have snow chains, need them living in the middle of nowhere. Oh, you need snow chains living in the middle of nowhere. Gotcha. But to get out of, not for just driving, right? You're just for getting out of being stuck. Or is it, when you use snow chains? I know not of this. Being a city kid, I don't know anything about it. Chappie is close to Chappie, and I've been called that. But Chappie, we're adding you to the song. What is this? What are your arrest authorities under Ontario Highway Traffic Act? Depends on the situation. There's different charges. Each one has different authorities for arrest. For instance, what's a good one that's a good example? Stunt driving has arrest authority. All right. Hey, okay, we're up to date. We're up to date. Let me check to see here. I see some stuff and things over here. How are we doing for time? We're over an hour. Storm gaming and blogs. Nicholas Rizzi. Oh, I'm so glad we got Nicholas. The Riz man. I got to add you to the song. And Storm Games and Vlogs. Okay. Getting unstuck. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I figured that. Okay. But we got steak. Did I add steak? Even steak was here. Okay. Melody. Okay. I think we're good. We have everything there. What was the question from? We're going to process this song. Also, can you? Okay, we got that. Spaghetti Whirler, we got that. Namath Muhammad says, "What can I do to make my friends drive safe and drive reckless? They drive reckless a lot, and I don't want to see them get hurt." That's a really good question. Tell them to watch the show. Tell them that you care about them. Tell them what they're doing is going to end badly or has the potential. But have them like we can talk to them. Like I had someone email me and say that their friend drives with an SLR camera in front of their face, like to record, I guess, driver view. It's illegal. It's dangerous. You can like end your life. Driving recklessly can hurt other people. It's not just about you. Let's see here. Alicia, who needs to be added to the song, says, Sean, how are things going? I have a question. I'm 33 years old and I recently got my G2. Am I allowed to drive between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m.? Absolutely. It's your G1 where you're restricted between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. However, with your G2, you are restricted with having people under the age of 20 in your vehicle. I feel like I've got that wrong. Hang on a second. G2. It is under 20. Didn't get it wrong. Between midnight and 5 a.m., you can have a maximum in the first 6 months of having your G2, have a maximum of one person under the age of, well, you're 33. Maybe that doesn't apply. See, there's something that wasn't going. I could swear there was something else. If you were over a certain age, I thought that didn't apply. I have to look it up. I don't think it applies to you. I don't think there's any restrictions for you except alcohol. For younger drivers under the age of 21, I believe you can only have passengers in the first 6 months, one that is under the age of 20. In the second 6 months, no more than 3, and there's no limit to the number of family members you can have. Mohammed wants to know, Namath wants to know. Did we add you the thing? Namath. Okay. Can Toronto police pull over a vehicle or lay charges while being in Durham? Yes, they can. Absolutely. They're police officers for the entire province of Ontario, although they're not going to be hunting for traffic stops there. But if they're there for other business, they could absolutely intervene. They're police officers with authority anywhere in the province of Ontario. Alicia says, that's why I'm not fully sure. Alicia, do me a favor, DM me and I'll get you the details. I'll email it back to you. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds with clarifying that at the moment. Not that you don't matter. I don't want to go through that. It's not in the short form wording, so I've got to look into the big wording, and that's going to take too much time. And we're going to start wrapping stuff up. Okay, question from Storm Gaming and Vlogs, who first says, I got no traffic question on my mind, but what's your most weird excuse you've ever heard when pulling somebody over? I mean, the best joke was one saying that my wife left me for a highway patrolman, and I was only speeding because I thought you were him and you were trying to bring her back. That was my favorite joke that I heard about it, but never really happened in real life to me. But then he says, a guy tailgates me on a grid road and is flying down the grid road and didn't stop at a stop sign at the end of the road. I felt like they were drunk, but I wasn't sure. Should I have still reported them? He passed me pretty fast in a Ram truck. I just had a situation where I was driving. Like I was on my way home and I happened to notice some really, really weird driving, like driver hugging the left lane and the right lane, the line, I should say. Then over the middle. I'm like, they're drunk. They got to be drunk. Let's follow them a little while. And then they're like straddling the lines down the middle. Like, if they're not drunk, they're engrossed in a video game or something. Like they got to be drunk. I called it in and police pulled them over. And I don't know what happened after that. I'm a witness and ready and willing to testify in the event that they lay charges. Amazing to me that people are on the road doing dumb stuff. But yeah, call it in. But if you think that someone's at risk, whether it's their life or the life of another that can be put at risk by way of what they're doing, and you think there's alcohol involved, that's what police do. They investigate. Nicholas Rizzi says, are there different cops for different crimes? For example, can you traffic cop investigate a murder if you wanted to, or you all have to stay in your lane? If you were the first on scene, you'd be the officer on scene until you were relieved by someone who was a homicide cop. But it would be your scene until such time as you wouldn't investigate that. You wouldn't run with it. It wouldn't make a new movie scene going, traffic cop solves murder. No, it would be traffic cop holds scene until detective takes over. Brian and Bobby, Merry Christmas, brother. We got Brian and Bobby from New Zealand. He says, my brother, hope you are well. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Be safe. Right back at you, brother. We have the only copper with a social media account in New Zealand, and he's got a stuffed dog. No, there's more to it. In fact, I've got your DVDs right here. He used to host a TV show. Like, the man is famous. It's the most famous guest we've had on the show. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well. P-Chop says, did you hear Santa Claus was in the Emerge? Oh, no. Tell me more. Who's responsible for reporting drivers who go through flashing lights on school buses? That's actually a charge that can be laid by automatic enforcement, like or autonomous enforcement or automatic enforcement. Anyway, you can make a report. Charges won't get laid unless the police observe it. But let your local police know that there's a problem in your area. Oh, bum. He says, did you hear Santa Claus was in the emergency? He threw the wrong bag over his shoulder. What's your opinion on safe drift driving as a snow-covered parking lot to learn how to control? Don't do it. It's stunt driving on private property. You can still get charged. Don't drift. Lose control, regain control. Don't power drift through a parking lot. You're going to get charged. Bad day. In Ontario. It could be different elsewhere. Just going through here. Got that. Just making sure we're covered up. Okay, we're going to hit the song. And don't mess with Christmas vibe. Okay. How do we do this? Which mouse? Make a holiday jingle. A fun. It's that fun. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Where's the go button? All copy. The hell is that? Okay. No, the hell just happened. Why did it not let me create? Description is too long. Oh, come on. How much is too long? Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna bring in some backup. Stand by. We're totally off topic here, but I need ChatGPT's help. Make a Suno prompt, a Suno song, a Suno compatible song with the following. Okay. Let's see what it does. It's doing it. All right, give me a second. It's gonna work. I believe in it. It's almost done. Okay, here's the intro. Copy. We paste. Aha. We're off to a good start. Here we go. Copy. Styles. Here we go. AATC holiday. I have no idea. I hit the button. I don't know what it's going to create. I will play it for you right now. Well, once it's finished. Nicholas wants to know if I know any cool detectives that say witty one-liners when they show up on a crime scene. No, I don't. I do not know, but that would be cool. You know, my stuff and things is pretty much the wittiest, wonderfulest thing that anyone ever came up with. No, it's me on the show. Chappie says, "Hey Sean, here's a skill testing question. How many safety pins on a school bus in Ontario?" No idea. Safety pins? No, I mean, are you talking about safety pins in their safety kit? What would they have a safety pin for? Flameza says, I have 7 or 8 unpaid tickets. I live in Florida now. No BS. Do you think they'll even do anything? You live in Florida now. Good for you. We're in Florida. I used to live in Florida. If you come here, you are probably suspended here. So if you had an Ontario license, your license would be suspended here. If it was on your own Florida license, it's different. But if you have a suspended Ontario license here because you didn't pay, then you'd be charged for suspended driving here. Hey, you're a responder. Merry Christmas, brother. Good to see you. What's this? Flowers. Thanks for following. Okay. That's finished. Oh, it's a 3-minute song. All right. Let's see what happens when I press the button. 2 versions. We'll play both of them.
Hey, 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 if you hear your name, you are awesome. Welcome to the ASKaTrafficCOP live stream. Yeah. Lights are flashing, questions popping, traffic talk all night. Former cop, real answers, keeping everyone right. From tickets to 10 and winter driving too. If you got a question, this show is for you. ASKaTrafficCOP holiday cheer. Live with your questions, police the right here. If your username gets a shout tonight, you are awesome, yeah, you are all right. Chris Littrell, Cameron, Stephen Bell, Carl and Chop. Hope you're doing well. Matthew Hamilton, Rebecca too, the president of Toast coming through. Come on. Sunshine Dash and Crystal Rue, Melody and Paul, yeah, we see you. Limitless Miss Ladies, William Craig, Tara Nicole in the chat parade. Van Hill. ASKaTrafficCOP holiday cheer. Traffic law talk this time of year. If you hear your name, make some noise. This live stream is for the girls and boys. Dave and Daniel, Hyatt on the line. Loco Chila, Stefan checking in on time. Dashi Jr., Kate and Joe are well done. Golden Canuck, Broadowski inappropriateness again. Amanda Fonda, Robert Howard John, Andre Sauerin, Delano employed. Iceman Cool, Ryan Thin, White Line. Irish lad and Vinny right on time. Number 10. Ask with Allen, Spaghetti World, I ask about stunt driving 160 and handcuffs fast. Captain Antarctica, freezing the feet. Gage Buffett, not Jimmy, agreed. Anti-social media said Happy Christmas too, and Merry New Year coming through. Marty and Dr. Jock in the zone. Tim in the chat, not alone. Yeah. Santa Claus showed up spreading cheer. Happy holidays to everyone here. Questions answered, myths get crushed. No stress, drive and take it slow, no rush. Alessia Bianchi ask about windshield tint. Alfred asked G1 rules, no hint. Yeah. Jordan from Quebec, all in chains. Bus tripping, Chris riding the lanes. Yeah. Face over feeling, almost got arrested. Chappie stayed calm, lessons invested. The Riz man, Nicholas Rizzi on scene. Storm game and rules looking clean. Yeah. Even Steak was here, yes indeed. Melody, the mechanic with knowledge and speed. Alicia and Nemeth closing the show. ASKaTrafficCOP. Now you know. ASKaTrafficCOP, questions get real. Traffic law, policing, straight deal. Happy holidays, drive smart tonight. We will see you live, same cop, same light. Same cop, same light.
That's not bad, but he heard him. Nicholas heard himself, so he's like, amazing. It is first aid kit, Chappie. I thought it would be. Let's see here. So Gabrielle wants to know is there an age restriction for passengers when they're driving with a G2? Son is 18. Yes, in the first 6 months, they can only have one person between the midnight and 5 a.m., one passenger between those hours. In the second 6 months that they have their G2, they can have up to 3 passengers, and there's no restriction for family members. You can have as many people as you have seatbelts in the vehicle. Can't overcrowd, obviously. And of course, no alcohol. But that's the only thing. They have to follow their conditions. So I hope that helps, Gabriella. What do we got here? What do you think of the song? That was so it always gives you 2 versions. I won't play the whole thing, but here's the version 2.
Hey, if you hear your name, you are awesome. Welcome to the ASKaTrafficCOP live stream.
I like that one less. Let's go with upbeat country music, because you can hear the words in country music or pop. Country music holiday song. We'll try. We'll do that. We'll do one country. Same lyrics, just different style. 90s pop. And I'll do it again for 90s just to see what comes up. But we're not going to play the whole thing. I'm just curious to see what it comes up with because I need to know. Okay, Alicia. What was the clarification that Alicia wanted to know? You are allowed to drive. Okay. So you're good. Okay. We've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes. Andres, thanks for the gift. Any gifts we get during the live stream go to the not-for-profit called the Canadian Organization for Better Traffic Safety and Education. Yeah. Danny says, thoughts on winter tires being mandatory like Quebec? I think it would be great. I think we need tires. I just did a podcast yesterday. I haven't edited it yet, but it's going to go soon. And there is discussion about just teaching people what tires are capable of doing. Because all seasons are not all seasons. They're 3 seasons. They don't include winter. All weathers are kind of the Swiss Army knife and do a spectrum in the middle with some winter and some all season, but aren't extreme summer or winter tires. A lot of confusion. My friends that were chatting about it with me, well, they'd like to change it. They'd like to make it very clear, change the way it's named. Gabrielle wants to know if my sister wants to know, does the fire station check car seats if you feel that isn't secure? I used to do it. I was a certified installer. I'm still a certified installer. But in fact, I'm a train the trainer. But fire stations very often do car seat clinics. Toronto Police does. If you call them and find out when they're doing one, they have certified installers as well. They don't actually install for you. What they do is they teach you how to install. And Andre sent a DM. Thank you. Let's see what this new version sounds like. Okay, this is, I think, pop, 90s pop.
Hey, if you hear your name,
this is the same.
Awesome. Welcome to the ASKaTrafficCOP live stream. Yeah. Lights are flashing, questions popping, traffic.
I hear the style change. Okay.
Hey.
This is now country. It's the lyrics.
You are awesome.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the ASKaTrafficCOP live stream.
Oh. Country?
Welcome to the AsKaTrafficCOP live stream. Lights are flashing, questions popping, traffic talk all night. Former cop, real answers keeping everyone right. From tickets to 10 and when they're driving too. If you got a question, this show is for you. Yeah, AsKaTrafficCOP holiday cheer.
I like the first one. We'll stick with that. I'll play with ChatGPT another time. Maybe we'll air it again. But I will put links to these songs on my Twitter, VoiceOverCop Twitter. Yeah, we'll do that. And Chappie says, if you're a train the trainer, come up north and do a session for T3PS. T3PS. I am. I'm not picking up your acronym there. I want to say it's TPS. What's the three? You lost me. First up, I read it. I'm like 31 division. I don't know, but my stuff expires in September. And mine's St. John's Ambulance, and it's not really the one to go with anymore. Now you want to do SIPSAC. I should go and get qualified to be a SIPSAC instructor, but they're the gold standard, and that's what Toronto Police went and got recertified with after I left. So, but happy to chat. Nicholas McCann says, our speed camera is not operational. I might have just went a little too fast. All right, let me read that again. Our speed camera is not operational. I might have just went a bit too fast past one on my way home. They're not operational anymore. Some places are running them and gathering data, but that's it. Masked Sense, what's your favorite cologne? Oh, that's interesting. Not Jovan Musk, although that was my favorite when I was in high school. I just found some vintage bottles of High Karate in my closet. No, not a word of a lie. I used to. What's the one that I've been wearing? I've started wearing a solid cologne as opposed to actually spraying myself down. At one point, I liked Obsession for Men. I thought Obsession for Men smelled really good on women too. It was really weird. What else was, because it changes. Everyone has a different scent when they wear it. I've gone through so many, but I don't think I have a favorite scent anymore. Versace Blue Jeans is a good scent. but I don't really wear. Oh, and then there was, what's the purple one? Oh, come on. What's the purple? It's a really good smell. Scent, odor, cologne. It's bugging me. It's a squarish, it's not popular anymore. Say, Alfred Sung. I used to like Alfred Sung, but I don't really wear cologne anymore. Aqua Velva, that's from Peach Shop. What's the other one? Brut. I love it. There's major memories triggered by scent, from good and bad. But mask scent, I assume you were in some industry. He says, wow, what? That's amazing. You know what you're talking about. Are you talking about? Do I know what I'm talking about when it comes to cologne, or am I knowing what I talk about when I talk about car stuff? Let me know what you think. Oh, Treaty 3, please. Got it. Send me a DM. I'd love to talk more about what's going on. Crown Vic Rick. That's a great name. I miss the Crown Vics. Can you legally drive without a hood in your vehicle? No, it's not safe. It's unsafe without a hood. There are vehicles that were manufactured without hoods. Are studded tires legal in Ontario? If so, why? I know QC, they're recommended for safer driving. In certain areas, they make sense. So Northern Ontario, studded tires make sense. In Southern Ontario, they don't. And they would actually reduce or increase your stopping distance. They're not good for you. So if you're using them in Southern Ontario where you're against concrete, you will not stop faster. You will ruin the road, but you will take a longer time to stop. The appropriate tire for the appropriate use is important. Will I get a ticket for not stopping enough on a red camera right turn? Yes, you will. It depends on the intersection. Not all of them are programmed to cover right turns, but yes, you are absolutely correct that you will get a ticket. If you were thinking you wouldn't, then you were incorrect. Depends on your perspective on that question. But it is against the law to not stop on a right turn. And it's something I don't understand. I don't understand why people don't know that they have to stop. I was just in fact, if you look up right turn, is it even published yet? I was interviewed by Globe and Mail about right turns on red, or just stops in general. People are so confused. I don't know what's confusing about it. It's one of the most basic parts of driving. Masked sense. I'm really curious now what your content is. DM me so I can follow you back. I want to. This is whole, now I want to like hot. What was it? It's Hot Shots. We eat wings. I'm like, I want to know if I could identify colognes by scent, all from the 70s and 80s and 90s. Pete Shop, have a great evening. This is what he says to me. Sean, have a great evening. You too. And I'm going to sign off. This was the last episode that is officially scheduled for this year. We'll be back in January to do scheduled ones, but I'm going to be traveling for the next little while, and I will be doing lives, and I'll be doing them on location. They won't be on all platforms. I might do one on YouTube one day. I might do, actually, maybe I can do it on all platforms. We'll see. I'll bring some gear with me as I make my way around visiting family. I'll do as many as I can from wherever I am, and I look forward to sharing my travels with you in short form videos as well. So please follow me on all platforms. Please go and hit up the AskATrafficCOP.ca website, and let's talk. Let's stay in touch. Follow me everywhere, and we'll talk soon. Oh, Mask Sense just got 15,000 followers. I love it. Perfumes from the past. I could just go to my closet and bring full bottles of some of these old ones. I got tons. It's terrible. I even have, now I'm saying goodbye, but I'm saying hello. I have like some perfume bottles that are long dried out, but they have my grandmother's perfume in it. Like you can still smell it. There's that remnants. Did I say Joanne Musk? Yeah, I did. But that's not what my grandmother wore, but it was some kind of like like Russian, no, who knows what it was, but I totally know that scent. In fact, I have a tray box with like 15 different vials in it of different perfumes that are probably from France that I know nothing about and don't want to open. And they're probably garbage, but I've kept them. All right, I'm out of here. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. Stay in touch. We'll talk soon. Drive safe, drive sober. I was going to talk all about impaired driving this show, and we got off onto weird stuff, but I love it. They're always fun. This is why I do what I do, by coming on here and talking with you. The show goes where it goes, and I love it. So let's do this again soon. Stay safe out there. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And I hope you get to where you're going and back home again without hurting anyone else Anyone, including yourself. Don't hurt anybody. Just have fun safely. Be responsible. Party, and responsibly. I'm going to get out of here. Have a great night. Yeah. Haran says, how are you? Would you do a whole week of what? Of use of left lane? I don't understand your question. Are we still hiring me or the Toronto Police? I don't work for the Toronto Police anymore. I'm a former officer. Yeah, they're totally hiring. Everybody's hiring. Psycho says, you retired? Yeah, I left way earlier. I should have stayed for another 8 years. Could have done another 8 years. All right. I'm out of here. For real this time. Alicia, same to you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And then I just saw this question about parking. Got a ticket in Toronto for parking for more than 3 hours. I was a friend apartment, parked for 2 hours. Then went to grocery and came back. I was at his house for 2 more hours. Different spot. Well, if you 3 hour rule, if you roll your tire, if you roll a foot forward, you reset the 3 hour rule. But there is a law that says you can't park for 3 hours. But if you move or just wipe the side of the tire, just roll 1 foot, you're good. And if you did move it, then you shouldn't have gotten a ticket. Go fight it. Have a good one.